Hello, I'm this animation for welcome back to some more FTB Infinity Evolved. So, I've been doing some stuff and some things, but the first thing I want to do is some more stuff and things. Mainly, I want to harvest all these diamonds. Oh, Senor Loots, do your thing. Oh man. Oh man, this is so beautiful. Yes, that was a stack and 27 diamond ore into 3 stacks and 10. Yeah, so it's about 2.5 each, I think. It's more than double. It's definitely more than double, and pulverizing gives you double. So definitely a hefty supply of diamonds. I'm actually going to use that to make some more diamond spikes for the mob grinder, because I'm actually seeing that there are lots of mobs chilling at the bottom, not dying fast enough. So I'm going to drop some more spikes down there. Hopefully that'll speed that up. Then we could do some stuff here, or I could show off some stuff here, because I've done some things. Alright, got that all hooked up. Some more diamond spikes are in that system. I can actually show you. It is receiving items a bit faster. I actually had to add more vacuum hoppers. Items are definitely coming in faster. But still not fast enough. And also, if I were to go there, you'd see there's about 2,000 little item orbs. Just, not item orbs, experience orbs just kind of floating around. Yeah, this thing filled up. This thing's getting full, but it's not quite full right now. Hello. This thing's filling up. I made an ender tank just for liquid XP. Shoot. So I've been doing some stuff on the logistics system. I want to show you. First of all, I expanded the crafting network a tiny bit to include a few more useful things, at least things that were useful at the time. We got furnaces. I think I already showed this, but now I have paper, blank patterns, books, and bookshelves. Excited to make the gold spikes. The golden spikes take this magical wood, which you can do like this, and that's fine. But this is a lot easier. It's just liquid XP, which I got plenty. So last episode, I talked about running a pipe from this system over to here. That was stupid. That was a bad idea. What I got instead is this setup right here. All of these have provider logistics pipes on them. It does need to be sorted. And it's got a logistic power junction right here. So this is basically a logistic system by itself. And the way it connects is with this right here. This is a logistics inventory system controller. Lots of big words there. So what this thing is you get a logistics item card. You craft these 2 at a time, and they have a respective pair. And you cannot repair them. Like what you craft with is what you get. So I have this hooked up to an ender chest. And way back over in this system, I have another one hooked up to another ender chest right here of the same frequency, blue, white, blue. Same frequency, same card. So basically, that system shares everything it has with that system. And if they want to send things between them, they send them down that pipe, which goes into the ender chest and transports it. So basically this right here works as a wireless system connector, wireless system bridge. So from here, I now have access to all my apples, to all my charcoal, to all my wood, and to all my sand also, which is really nice. All that sand I have. What else I've done, I dropped a crafting logistics pipe way down here on the rock crusher. So you see this has a satellite 1, because you can't send things into the bottom of a rock crusher, which makes sense, but it's kind of annoying. I actually have to send them into the top. So I have a unrouted logistics pipes coming around. These don't connect to inventories. They only connect to logistics pipes. So I put these around here, coming around to the satellite logistics pipe on the top with a frequency of 1. So when it wants to craft, it knows to send 1 obsidian to satellite 1, which is up here, drops it into the rock crusher, comes out with crushed obsidian. And lastly, I also got a thing set up to make these basic circuit boards, because I need them for machine frames. So now, there's 2 things I want to do. One is I want to explain an idea I had for a future project that's going to be really exciting and awesome. The other thing I want to do is build. Do a little bit of tech stuff. We're going to do a little bit of tech stuff first, get into it, and then I'll explain my future plans. So, immersive engineering apparently has this book that explains how to do things. Right here. Engineer's Manual. A book and a lever. Okay, let's make a book. Ready for this? Book. Huh. This will make me a book. If I go lever, apparently I don't have any levers. Okay, that's fine. The lever was harder to make than the book. That says something. There's the book. Put it with a lever. The system's so weird. We get a engineer's manual. This is so tiny. This is what I want. So what I want to do now is use the engine. This is not the big project, but this is my current thing I want to do. I want to make gears. And basically, I want to autocraft the production of machine frames. And I think along the way, I will end up autocrafting pretty much everything. So I can do this, basically. Metal press with tin ingots gets you some tin gears. Get you a tin gear. I can do that, but that's annoying. So I need a metal press. So to make a metal press, you go into metal press. Metal press is an automated way of shaping metal. Use a high pressure piston, which means a piston, to press a mold onto an ingot, forming it into a plate, rod, or other metal component. Forming it into a plate, rod, or other metal components. Nice. I think that's bad grammar. I might be wrong, but I think that's bad grammar. The structure is created as shown above. To form the multi-block, click the piston with an engineer's hammer. Power is inputted through the top and items through the conveyors, obviously in the direction of movement. So conveyors, I don't know what that block is right there. Okay, 3 steel scaffolding, 1 piston, 2 conveyor belt, 1 heavy engineering block. Okay. So luckily I can make a piston really easily. Or I already have some pistons. Now I'll do this up here. I need some conveyor belts. I actually don't have much leather. I need to go get some leather. So I'll have to do that. But what else do I need? I need some scaffolding. That's what I needed, right? Steel scaffolding. That's only slightly expensive. Okay, that's... I have steel. But, you know, I don't like to just go around wasting my steel all willy-nilly. I have, like, standards that I need to succumb to for my use of steel. Yeah, something like that. There we go. And heavy engineering block, which is 2 pistons, some steel mechanical components. Oh boy, that looks like fun. I need 2 of these. There's 2 of those. I need 2 more pistons. Piston. I don't know why I went down there to quest it. She's still pulling things. What else? That's it. Boom. No? Why? What's that middle thing? Electrum. Oh, snap. I found some leather. Please excuse the interruption. Okay, so I think I got everything I need except the... Actually, I think I have one of these in my bag. Yeah, engineer's hammer. So, I just gotta, you know, make this thing. I'm gonna probably put it right here. It's a good spot. And I need a scaffolding. Boop, boop, boop. Conveyor belts. 1, 2. And a fancy block. And then I gotta place this piston facing downward. Which I think I can actually rotate it with the wrench. Yes. Boom. Metal press. Okay, so power goes into the top, which is a slight pain. And I need a gear mold. This is purely going to be for gears. So I just have to put some refined iron plates around the gear. Okay, so what I need is energy conduits. Pull energy from over. I should have... Can I undo? Okay, I can. Cool. That's actually really neat. I'm going to move it closer to the this thing. Put it right here. 2, 3. Piston, block, piston, block. There we go. Now I take the flux duct, put it into the top, gives it some power. So now I gotta make the mold real quick. Shouldn't take too long. Just get some steel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have a gear handy? I actually have a handy Invar gear, apparently. Press this down. This should work, I think, unless it doesn't like this gear. There we go. Metal press mold gear. Metal press mold gear. Okay, just put that on right there. So now, I gotta figure out a way to get the stuff from the thing to here. I'm thinking this open blocks dropper. Dispenser, cart dispenser, red string dispense. I'm gonna try this. See if it works. Basically, I just need items to come out onto the conveyor belt. And then on the other side, I'll put a hopper. So I need 2 hoppers. 2 of these hoppers. Perfect. I need one of these guys. Did the hopper not go in yet? I'm having the problem where it's not showing up. It's not like showing up instantly again. Not sure what's causing it. So let's try this. I got a dropper here. I might actually need a conveyor belt going onto it, but I don't think I need one coming off. This item dropper does not need power. That's good. Looks like it needs a redstone signal. Okay, so choose one of these. And hopefully it doesn't make sound. This off. It doesn't make sound. That's really good. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to use it. Just due to the fact that it doesn't make any sound. Okay, so from here I do that, and now here's how I have to make this thing work, which is actually going to be really tough because, actually no, I can get it to work. So the issue is, what is this chest? The issue right now is that the crafting stuff would go on one of these two, probably this chest. That's where the crafting pipe would go. But that chest only has so many faces on it. Chest. Oh, wait, I gotta do it in this one. That chest only has so many faces on it to put the things. So I need more faces. A double chest is better. So do I have some crafting logistics pipes? I do not have those auto crafting. That is unfortunate. So I have to use satellite pipes to send the items for the gear to the dropper, and the crafting pipe goes on the retrieval chest. Yes. I'm going to try that. Alright, so got this figured out a little better. I realized I don't actually need multiple satellites, because you can have multiple crafting things going to the same satellite. So I really got this hooked up with one right now, because in order to set the recipe, I actually have to make the thing. So I made a tin gear. Now the satellite hooked up with 4 to satellite 2. So anytime I gotta make gears, it should go to satellite 2, drop it in, make the gears, and release. So from here, let me try to make... Oh, first let me take this one out. Take it out of the system. Let me try to make 3 tin gears. It says successful. There they go. Into the dropper. It's actually a pretty decent rate, because it does have to wait for that one to finish before the next one can go. I guess put in system, pulled out, and sent up to where it has to go. Beautiful. There we go. 4 tin gears. So the next thing I want to automate, this is when it gets a little complicated, and this is when it also becomes an issue of crafting pipes on chests like this. I'm gonna need to do this a lot, by the way. Is over here with this metal former, and to a lesser extent the compressor. So I actually don't know what happens if this thing backs up. So actually, I want to try something right here. I just realized a problem that might arise. So I want to test the problem. Give me some junk items. Give me some. I have some cobblestone over here. I don't want to fill my inventory with cobblestone right now. Do this. Turn off the clock. Take some cobblestone. I'm gonna fill up this dropper. So no items can go into it. I want to see what happens when I request the gear. If it will queue it, or if it will just deny it. Nothing has happened yet. That looked like a signal being sent. Okay. Now what happens when these are gone? Perfect. That's exactly what I want. It waits. So it queues it. Okay, that is really, really nice. It's going to be waiting for a gear to come out. So I'm going to give it a gear and not make it make another one. There, you crafted it. Congratulations. System's so dumb. Okay, so I have to do something over here. Basically, instead of covering these things with logistics pipes, I'm going to put satellites on the top that run out to underneath, where the items are going to be pulled out. Oh, shoot. Rip the compressor. Ah, dang it. That's what I get for trying to do stuff really quickly. Okay, but let me put down the basic idea. Transfer node coming out the bottom of this into some chests, which I just dumped into the system. Something like that. And I know I was going to start talking about my big project now, but I'm like really focused on this. But I will talk about it as I do this. I know I'm going to want to make iron. And I'm going to make steel out of this. Okay, so my big plans. So I was looking at just, I don't really know how this got to my head, but it's just this idea came to me, right? And I was thinking about how to get power. What's a good way of getting power? And I found it. Nether star generator. It generates a ridiculous amount of RF per tick. And it only costs nether stars, which is like, it's nether stars, but you know, it's just nether stars. So what I can do is set up an automated system, at least semi-automated system, to spawn wither skeletons, kill the wither skeletons with their skulls. So basically an automated wither skull generator. And I'd like to set up an automated system to spawn and kill the wither. Because regardless of whether I need this or not, I believe the creative energy cell takes about 2,000 nether stars. So I'm going to need that anyway. Yeah, satellite pipe goes here. And it is possible, I think, to set up a mob harvester using your tinker's tools. Like give a block your tinker's tools and it will kill mobs with it. That is possible, I believe. So I can give it my beheading axe. I should be able to get automated wither skulls. So that should be a thing. And I actually tried it out. It generates ridiculous amounts of power. And another star lasts, it was either 40 seconds or 2 minutes. One of those two things. Lasts a pretty long time, generating a heck of a lot of power. So it's not even going to have to be constantly running. And I can just use that, convert it to whatever, pump it into some mass fabricators, and use that to make some plutonium. It's basically converting nether stars into plutonium. And nether stars are much, much easier to get. So that's kind of my big plan. I feel like I didn't make it as big as it was in my head, but it should be pretty cool. Okay, I'm excited about it. I really want to do it, and yeah. So I'm going to connect the system up, right here. See if I can get it working, and see if we can automatically produce not only refined iron plates, but dense refined iron plates. And I know that this is the soldering station. That doesn't matter. Okay. Wait, let's watch this. It's all gonna turn green. Boom. Okay, and other stuff. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Other stuff. That's all good. I got it. I fixed the compressor. Got the satellite pipe up here. Satellite pipe up here. Satellite set to 4. Down here, 9 refined iron plates becomes a dense refined iron plate. Got recipes for refined iron plates and iron plates in there. It's all good. Which means the next thing we need is the ability to make, if I look at machine frames, machine frame is the ability to make iron chipsets. Everything else is done. Just these iron chipsets. Iron ingot, redstone in the assembly table. I have an assembly table. It's a really nice assembly table that processes stuff really quickly. So I'm hooking up to it. By the way, this horse, remember this horse, how it's been here for like ever? It's got the highest jump height of a horse I've ever seen in the game. It can literally jump out of here. It's got a 5.15 block jump height. Yeah. He just likes the lasers. He's in here for the lasers. So this right here, pretty much the same system. We got the satellite pipe going up to the assembly table and the actual crafting logistics pipe on the chest that it comes out of. Right, simple system. So I'm just gonna implement this, and I'm not gonna run into any problems. At least I shouldn't run into any problems. Like I sometimes I do things expecting to run into problems. I do things intentionally to run into problems, so I can show you the problems. This time I'm not expecting to run into any problems, but there might be some. So right here, this crafting logistics pipe, an iron, and a redstone to this satellite 5 does this. Makes an iron chipset. That should be good. I'm going to try it now. I'm going to make 3 iron chipsets. It says request successful. Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Drops it to there. Pulls them out right away. They get down to the system. Very nice. So now we have everything we need to auto-craft the things. Now is where we run into the problem. This is one of those problems, like, I know it's going to come up. So I got to send everything to here to make the machine frame. Okay, how many items does it take? How many unique items do you need to make machine frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 unique items. Lag. In a crafting logistics pipe, how many items can you send to a satellite? Less than 5. Unless this changes. No. You can send 3. So, what? I'm not sure how this is going to work, actually. I'll need a custom setup for making the machine frames. A custom way of sending the items into here. Because, like, I need... Maybe... I have an idea. Okay. Here's my idea. It's a little bit complicated, but it should work. And it's straightforward, but it's a little weird. Okay, so filter. One of these. I think this is what I want. Okay, so I'll set up an item filter with a transfer node for items on this chest to just pull out the items that are required to make machine frames. I can filter out the pulverized obsidian. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, that's fine. I can satellite in the iron chipset. That's fine. Handled. So into here, I will pump Into this chest, I can dump a basic circuit board, crushed obsidian, dense refined iron plate, and tin gear. And into the satellite, I'll dump an iron chipset. I'll have this thing filter to take out those specific items. And when it's done, it'll get put back into here. So the crafting logistics type goes on this chest. And it'll dump things into this chest when it needs to craft them. The thing will pull them out, put them up where they need to go. That should work. I'll try it. It should work. Okay, let's see if this works. Basic circuit board. Actually, you know what? I can do this a little bit easier. Crushed obsidian is used in all of them. Then to find, like if I look at machine frame, there's multiple types of machine frames. This is just thinking ahead. They are used crushed obsidian and dense refined iron plates. So I'll send those to the satellite also. 2 crushed obsidian and dense refined iron plate to satellite 5. That way this filter has less to deal with. And I can put like the specific things in here that need to go in here. So not these 2. And then, so that stuff gets sent to the satellite along with a iron chipset. And then just into here, you dump one of these and one of these. And in theory, you'll end up with a machine frame if all goes according to plan. I don't see why it shouldn't go according to plan, but you never know. That makes a machine frame. Okay, so let's try it. I just used all the sample things I made to test whether they worked. Went into this machine frame. So this machine frame right here is going to be entirely from scratch. Everything's going to be done by hand. I think except maybe the tin gear. I'll actually take all these out just to watch the tin gear get made also. Take this out, take this out. It's got a machine frame. Let's see what happens. Request 1 machine frame successful. Making the gear. That stuff's being sent up to be made into the chipset. Which got sent right back in because the system's really smart. It should be making... I think I already finished with that. Yeah, I already finished with that. That's getting sent up too. Jeez, this is so much faster than I would do it. Oh my god, this is so much faster than I am. It just made it just made all these things so quickly. What's it miss? It's missing the plate. Yeah, I got to make some more overclockers to make that go a bit faster. Assuming it's working, of course. I haven't tested the refined iron plate yet. There it is. Oh man, automatic machine frame creation. That was less than a minute. That was like probably like 45 seconds. It takes me like 2 minutes to make these things. That is really cool. I like these logistics pipes. Okay, so my next goal in the full automation system is to have an entire set of thermal expansion machines running at max speed down in, I'm just calling this the logic floor, for auto crafting of, well, stuff that it does, like cooking, inductors, melting, pulverizing, all that jazz. So I gotta make the new copies of the machines. I just made the 5 machine frames. It was amazing to watch. Actually, I don't think I made them on camera. Yeah. So now what I have to do is make the actual machines, which shouldn't be too hard because almost everything that they're made up of is in the system already. Craftable. I can make 3 redstone ferni. Pulverizer. I can make 2 pulverizers if I wanted to. Induction smelter. Cool. Magma crucible. Nice. I'm not going to put these recipes in because it doesn't know how to make nether bricks. It also doesn't know how to make bricks itself because it doesn't have a furnace yet. And I skipped one. Fluid transposer. This guy right here. It's simple. There's all 5. Done and done. I have to now upgrade these to resonant, which means I need electrum gears, signalum gears, and enderium gears. 20 enderium into this thing. That's fine. I actually just made a bunch of enderium recently. So I actually have enough enderium to do it. I'm going to put enderium gears and signalum gears and the other type of gear, I forget what it is, into it. I think lumium. Actually, no, I think it's electrum. Into the gear maker. So I can make those with, I need more electrum. That's why I need this stuff, I can tell it to how to make electrum, then it can make electrum gears from scratch, so I can upgrade the system that's making the electrum. Self-replication. I gotta do this all once, then it'll be done, and I'll be able to just autocraft everything. It's gonna be amazing. That's the plan. Well, this episode has gone on way too long, but there is one thing I want to show you before we get going, besides the fact that I made some gears. So I made some changes to the spawner. Some pretty significant changes. Just kind of makes it look really cool. Like, you're going to look at it again and be like, whoa. Then you're going to think about it and be like, that's silly. Then you're going to think about it a little bit more and be like, that's genius. So if you look at my entity count, it's about 150. If you looked at it a couple hours ago, it was about 3,000. The reason being XP orbs. My solution is on this side. Whoa, that's so cool. Wait, that's just silly. I get it. Yeah? Did that happen? Is that your thought process? Yeah, that looks silly. So the problem was basically the vacuum hopper couldn't suck up the XP orbs fast enough and deposit them into a tank. It was at a really slow rate. So I covered the entire floor with XP drains and a giant tank to suck up all the XP orbs. Thus, whenever an XP orb drops, it immediately gets sucked up into the system. I can then void it, which I'm doing totally somewhere else. I'll show you that next episode because this one's getting really long. And the items get handled manually. If I didn't do this, the XP rates are slightly higher than the block and the items would get stuck. That's my reasoning. It makes sense. It's amazing. It's gorgeous. And it also means we no longer have too much experience here. It's all just being voided at this point because I have so much. I have 2,112 buckets back at base. So that's going to be it for today's episode. By the way, this is at 1488. It's doing really good, but I'm going to have to replace these soon. That's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.